Hey, check 1, 2, 2. Hello, check.
This is not the smallest field, but in fact, this is the most defection since 2015. What's up for you? You bring that one
I
up.
did. I did see that today, and then
There's 18 horses, most defection since 20. Deep
gonna get
breath.
it. I know. I know. Today's just one of those days. Let's see. I'm going Derby. I'm going 5, 3, 8. I always pick threes. My favorite color.
Go to a beauty shot, and then I'm coming to you. That's the way it's going to work. Get ready to come to you guys for the Derby Day. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1. Smile. You're up.
Welcome everybody to Belterra Park, Cincinnati. Happy Kentucky Derby Day. I am thrilled and excited that we have live racing back here at Belterra Park for the first time in several years, at least as far back as I can remember. Ed, this has always been a big day in horse racing in general, but kind of an even bigger day for us, small tracks that kind of surround the Churchill area. We're just in their backyard, really, here in Cincinnati. Kentucky's just a stone's throw across the way from us. So really special day. We're really excited to welcome all of our fans back for a day of live racing. Ed, I think it's going to be a great day.
Live racing is actually a tremendous item on board here. I mean, we get to watch the thoroughbreds, heart-pounding thoroughbred racing action here. That's going to be a lot of fun. It is Derby Day. This is a day where everybody is a racing fan. Derby Day only once a year. It's the first Saturday in May. Derby 149. We've been really stoked and ready. We put the pen to paper. We've done some homework. And Ashley, I dressed up with a cool hat until you showed up.
Well,
mean-
it's Derby Day, Ed. I had to have, the quintessential Derby Day hat. I apologize if you guys can't see my face today. But Ed, there's a story about this hat. It was a full court press for my family to kind of throw this Derby hat together. This is actually my cousin's hat from about 15 years ago. My mom put the roses on it yesterday, so we are ready to rock and roll because, the Derby is the run for the roses. So, of course, had to go with the red roses today.
It looks beautiful. You did a great job. Okay, we're going to kick it off. We've got 8 live races here at Belterra Park. First post time is 11:25. A little something different there.
Yeah, we're a whole hour earlier today, so 11:25 post time.
In today's opener, maiden claiming event, traveling 1 mile, scratch. Number 3, John Edward. Scratch the 3, John Edward from today's opener. We got a field of 4 going to post here. Ashley, lead us on.
All right, Ed, for me in race 1, and today Ed and I think we're just going to kind of run through our 8 races here a little bit quicker than normal so we can, of course, talk about the big race today, and that is, of course, the Kentucky Derby. So for me in race 1, I am going to go 5-1-2 in here. I love the 5-horse Kick Rocks Kid. I commented on him several times last year. Today, interesting note is he's going to have blinkers on today, and I think that's going to be just a little more of a factor for the speed that he needs in here. I love the distance change. He's been running 3/4 of a mile. Today he's going to go the full mile. I think could make all the difference. And then I also like the 1 Utopian Treasure. Had to throw him in there, and then going to go with the 2 Lead Actor to round out my ticket.
In today's opener, you brought up about Kick Rocks Kid from the Nancy Adams barn. Blinkers on today. I think that might be an important factor there. Got the Bug Boy, Luis Marcano aboard, and could be dangerous. But for me, I'm going to go with the 4. That is Full Mag. Claim from the Jonathan Wong barn, 3 back, and going to make the all-weather to dirt angle here. That's one of my favorites. Owns the best time form early number, which means look for some early gate speed, can show some blistering speed if needed, and caught some closers bias track early on March 10th at Turfway Park. And I think today, the track looks beautiful. It looks fair. It's been playing fair overall all meet. Go back 4 races ago for maiden 15. The Son of Mendelson is going to be dangerous here. For me in today's opener, I look no further than Full Mag from the Jamie Grusmarn, and that's Alvin Menez, the birthday boy from yesterday.
Yes, he did celebrate a birthday yesterday. Maybe he'll be a day late for a birthday win, but it's okay.
I got him yesterday when I saw him on the track, though. Okay, today's second race, we have a maiden claimant event sprinting 5.5 furlongs, a field of 5 going postward.
For me in race 2, I'm going to go 5-1-4. Handicapping maiden races, Ed, I know, as everybody knows, if you've been watching horse racing for a while, the maidens are the toughest, kind of a head scratcher. But for me, I'm going to go with the 5, and here's why. This horse does have early speed, and I think going this short 5.5 distance, if you've got the early speed, it's really going to be a major, major factor. And for that reason, I'm going to go with him on top.
For me, I'm going to go 3, 5, and 4. I like Dami. We got Frank Reyes aboard for Cirila Gorcieta, and coming in from Mahoning Valley. We're right where this runner needs to be. This Son of Union Rags was a beaten favorite last time out, and that's always been a gambler's angle. Playing on a beaten favorite, took a lot of money last time out. Today they reward their backers. Prior to that was Gulfstream and Woodbine. I think Dami's been a little bit of a world traveler here. You're getting 8-5 and actually looks at some back class here running against much better Woodbine and Gulfstream. I think the beaten favorite angle was really good for me. And going around to a sprint, Cirila Gorcieta wins 36% of the time. So I'll take Dami on top of number 5, Hendricks, and number 4, Greensfelder. Our third race today, we have a claimant event traveling 1 mile, field of 6, a rider change to number 2 in Documentado, make the rider Isaiah Ayala.
For me in race 3, Ed, I am going to go 453. 453 for me in here, and I'm going to put the 4, Uncle Charming, on top. What I like about Uncle Charming, another horse where we're going to talk about speed. Speed is always a factor. I mean, obviously, the fastest horse wins the race, at least so they say. So for me, I'm going to look to the speed to be the ultimate factor in here for Uncle Charming. I think this horse is going to also get a little bit of relief with the class relief here, moving down from Allowance Company. Took a stab last time out in for the $15,000 tag. Today down in for 5. So I think when you combine the class drop with the speed that you need here, that's why I'm going with the 4, Uncle Charming, on top.
I'm going to go a straight exact of 5-4. I like Karam. Luis Reyes for Jonathan Wong. Ran a Keeneland last time out and ran a very good 4th. And if you take a look at how much money was actually played, it was just a shade under 3-1. We're taking a drop in class here, claimed 3 times back for the Jonathan Wong barn. I think Jonathan Wong is a name that you better get familiar with here at Belterra Park whenever they run, and they always take a lot of heat at the windows. But I really couldn't lean any further than Karam. I like Luis Reyes aboard here. Last time out was a closer's track. I'm looking for the Wong runners. They win 21% of the time on dirt, made a sweeping move. And you know what? I just think that he's just probably much the best. And I'm going to use the 4, Uncle Charming, underneath in my straight exacta.
Ed, you said all the things I like about the 5-horse Karam. I really went back and forth between the two of them for quite some time. Keeneland, you know, that's a tough circuit. So whenever we see horses coming from there to here, we know they're going to be pretty favorable when they come here to Belterra Park. And I also think getting a little bit of class relief for the 5 Karam could make a big difference. I like the 4 on top, but I definitely could make a case for the 5 as well.
Hey, if you're going to bet him, you got to box him, right?
There you go. Hey, that's a good plan.
See? Hey, just put your head together here and take it down and write hers down in pen, mine in pencil right next to it, and you'll be just fine. Our 4th race today, claiming event traveling 1 mile, field of 5 going postward.
For me in race 4, Ed, I'm going to go 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4 for me. I'm going to use the 2, Dawn's Light, on top. One comment I want to make about this horse is just looking at the lines and kind of seeing how the race sets up for him every time. I want to call it a her because of Dawn, but for him every time, you can tell this horse is kind of a stalker type runner here, and I think that's going to play into his advantage today. And another horse I want to talk about is the 3, Tequila Flats, who I'm going to use underneath the 2, Dawn's Light. I think this horse has been over this track quite a few times in its career, most recently been racing at Mahoning Valley, so definitely has some experience over the surface, and again, taking a serious class drop, which we know sometimes is the ultimate handicapping angle.
I couldn't go any further than Dawn's Light as well. From the Doug Cowan's barn, they're winning 21% on the year, and each and every time, Dawn's Light is trying to come off the pace a little bit. Has caught some speed favoring bias tracks, and that can be a little tougher for a closer to lay off the pace. Needs that earlier foot to kind of set them up. We got Yell Novice aboard, the 5-pound bug, and I've heard nothing but good things coming in to the meet here, and that's another rider that you're going to want to take a look at, and another runner that you're going to want to make a bet on here. Dawn's Light opened up at 9-5, coming in from Mahoning Valley, been all since December 1st. You got the 5-pound apprentice in the iron, been knocking on the door. I think today, Dawn's Light answers right up.
Can't disagree at all there, Ed.
Our 5th race today is a claiming event traveling 6 furlongs.
And in the 5th race, I do believe we have a scratch, Ed.
Yes.
Do you have that as well? The 5 late date is out. The 5 late date is out. For me in here, I was going to use the 5 on top. So instead, we're going to change things up, and I'm going to go 6-2-1 in here. 6-2-1. I'm going to use the 6 Give Me Clearance on top in here. What I think I'm going to take I want to say take a shot, but you're really not. The horse is 7-2 morning line, so it's not as much of a shot as I thought it was going to turn out to be. But I definitely think this horse deserves a call. Again, we're talking about a class drop. Been racing against Allowance Company back at Mahoning Valley on the 5th of April, so we're just at 31 days off today. And sometimes that 30 to 35 days is really the sweet spot for horses. Gives them just enough time to freshen up and rest up from their last race, but also they're certainly fit and ready to go. So I definitely think you can make a case for the 6, Give Me Clearance. And then I also really like the 2, Forever Factum. This horse, Kevin Jimenez, is going to ride for trainer Regulo Rodriguez. Sorry about that. Can't handle.
He goes by Reggie.
I know he did go by Reggie, and I almost called him that, but I said, he's on TV. I better use his proper name. For me, what I like about this horse a lot is you see it jump around in distance quite a bit. It can go the 5.5, can go 3/4, can go a mile. Going to go 3/4 today, and another one that's going to be getting just a little bit of class relief here.
For me in today's fifth race, I'm going to go with the 4 Nana Rose. The drop in class caught my eye, 5 for 37 in the money here at Belterra Park. Blinkers on today. Tiago Canuto's off to a very good start, winning 28% of the time here at Belterra Park. And I think the drop in class, the rider, and the strong time form late and early numbers shows me a lot of consistency here. I see Nana Rose being a factor, and especially at 6-1 in the morning line, definitely worth a play in today's fifth race. Turning on to race number 6. Our sixth race is a claiming event traveling 6 furlongs. A field of 5 goes postward.
In race 6 for me, I'm going to make it really simple for everybody. 1, 2, 3. In race 6, let's go 1, 2, 3 right down the line here in order. What I like about the one on top in here, last start at Tampa, definitely is going to show that this horse is legged up, fit, ready to go. Really didn't have a whole lot at the end of the mile, but I think going to make all the difference today here at Belterra Park. Going to like our surface a whole lot, and also going to find what we keep talking about: class relief, class drop. Always a key factor. Alvin Jimenez is going to ride today for trainer Ramon Salcedo. The rail last year, we called it the red hot rail. I'm not sure if it's tracking exactly the same statistically this year as it was last year, but we're only 5 days so far into our meet, so a little hard to factor at this point. But the rail was hot last year, and I'm going to say it's going to be hot again this year as well. And then a horse I really, really like, and I struggled using this horse for first or second, is the 2 Hinks Paladin. This horse gets out of the gate really well, does have speed, and also can kind of stalk off the pace here a little bit, if you will. So I definitely think going to be right in there with him. And again, Tiago Canuto, he's been hot this year. So we always talk about when we've got, a post position that's hot or a jock that's hot, you always kind of want to stick with those. Always a safe bet. And then the 3 Cape Marco Drive. This horse has been there just about every start. He's been finishing, been running well, consistent. Did take a little bit of a break this year from January, February, March. Just ran here last time out. Only beaten, or let me correct, was beaten 9 1/4 lengths, but sometimes their first start out over a surface had a little bit of layoff. We always know that second start back off a layoff is when we want to pay attention to them. So for me in race 6, I'm going to go 1, 2, 3.
You went 1, 2, 3. I'm going to go 1, 2, 5. You brought up everything about it. Any minute. The Tampa Bay angle and dropping in class for the 2 that caught my eye. Getting the rail draw, I think you're right on the money, though, with that one there. Any minute is my top pick here. Hinks Paladin has been showing some speed. Ever since that win at Charlestown, I kind of kept my eye on the Hinks Paladin. Rebecca Johnson is the trainer, who's 1 for 4 here at Belterra Park with Hinks Paladin. And then I end up with Dudley rounding out my try, but I do like the 1 any minute in today's 6th race. Race number 7, a maiden special weight event traveling 6 furlongs. There's a rider change number 1, 10-pack. Make the rider Santiago Gonzalez make the corrected weight 125 pounds for the 1 horse in today's 7th race.
For me in race 7, Ed, I am going to go 6-4-1. 6-4-1 in the 7th. I'm going to use the 6 Navy Cross on top. Now, this horse, if you will look at the Equibase comments here on the end of his line here from his last start, it does show that he was slow at the start. So I don't see that necessarily. It's kind of an immature, maybe a green thing, because his first lifetime start, if you see, it also says terrible start. So I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt that he needed to kind of work through some of these starting kinks. And 4th time's the charm is what we're going to go with here today. So I'm going to throw Navy Cross on top. I think the start at Keeneland actually is a little bit better than what it really looks like on paper. Beaten 6 3/4 for the whole thing. Was up in a maiden claiming with a $30,000 tag. Those horses at Keeneland, they're pretty tough. Was going a mile and 16th, so I certainly think legged up for a 3/4 mile today could be all the difference. And then I also like the 4 Cartographer. This horse, I can't wait to see him come out on the track. big gray colt, so very partial to grays. Maybe, Ed, that might be a little bit of a hint to my Derby pick. Anyways, I really like Cartographer. I like the drop-in class, and I love the jockey-trainer combination of John McKee and Jack Sisterson. And then I'm going to go with the 1 10-pack to round out my ticket here.
In today's 7th race, this is my best play of the day. I love the 4 Cartographer, John McKee over Jack Sisterson. Sisterson is a very good trainer indeed. If you go back with Cartographer, previously trained by Doug O'Meal to the Jack Sisterson barn, he wins 23% of the time with first time out. But that first time out was at Keeneland, showed some good speed there. They were running for maiden special weight, and the tag for a maiden special weight, not a tag, but the purse is $100,000. That's pretty stiff. I mean, there's some really good competition down at Keeneland. John McKee aboard, he definitely knows his way around the track. I think we're going to see some big speed from Cartographer. The time form early number is 88, and I see John McKee going right to the front and being really tough to deal with. Showed early foot at Keeneland, Sisterson up and coming, and to that next level is where I'm alluding to here. I like Cartographer. That's my best play of the day in today's 7th race. Our 8th and final race, we have an allowance event traveling 1 mile for fillies and mares.
For me in race 8, Ed, I am going to go 7-1-3. I'm going to go with the 7, Command and Control. I love the name, and I especially love the fact that it's a mare, and her name is Command and Control. I think she is going to do just that today, command and control this entire field. Does have early speed, and we've also seen that she can come off the pace a little bit here. So for me in race 8, I've got to go with the 7, Command and Control. Abel Lascano going to ride for trainer Jim Corrigan. I know Ed loves this combination, and I have to respect it, especially in with this field. Was running it at Keeneland last time out, going 7 furlongs, handles a mile just fine, not a concern for me at all. 7 starts here at Belterra Park. 2 of them have been victorious. I think goes 3 for 8 today here.
Can I have a second best bet of the day? Is that
Sure.
permissible?
Yeah, why not? It's a Derby day. Anything can happen.
In the 8th and final, I really like another runner, Paso Afrente from the Paulo Lobo barn. Lobo is 1 for 1 here with a win here at Belterra Park. And this is the second start off of a layoff from Turfway Park, actually second start of the year, and 1 for 1 at Belterra Park. Has caught some speed favoring tracks, and I think today it's going to play a little more fair with good old Mother Nature dirt coming off the all-weather. I'm going to look for an up-close effort today. Lobo is ultra-talented. He had an Oaks winner with Farda Amiga, a Breeders' Cup winner.
Yes.
I'm just going to leave it right there with Paso Frente. If you get anywhere near 9-2, that's my second best bet of the day. So bet early and bet often.
Okay, Ed. Now it's time. Let's talk Derby a little bit.
Okay, let's hook it up and let's talk some Derby. And we've had a lot of action here in the last day or so.
Yeah, a very interesting start to the Derby. I believe we're going postward today with now just 18 horses.
Correct.
A field of 18. And Ed, you told me a fact earlier. Is this the most scratches in a Derby that we've had since about
2015?
2015. Wow. So very interesting start to the Derby. Let's talk actually about our Derby winner last year. I know he raced yesterday, and I actually saw there was a little photo op. Peyton Manning went down to the winner's circle and took a photo with his connection. So that's pretty cool. Unfortunately, our Derby winner from last year, Rich Strike, did not have a great day yesterday. Unfortunately, the race just didn't shape up for him, and I think the riders in the race were very well aware of who was there and who was stalking the pace a little bit, and they made sure not to go too fast on the front for him, unfortunately, the poor guy. But anyways, he is a Kentucky Derby winner, and they can never take that away from him. So
He's in the books forever.
he is forever. So a local horse, very, very proud that he came from this area, and we have the connections that race here.
Eric
So
Reed,
Yeah.
and it was Sonny Leone, both Belterra
Absolutely.
guys, and they'll still be our guys in our heart for sure, and we're very proud of them. Before we give our picks out here for the Derby 149, we got some scratches here. Let's scratch the 9, Skinner. Scratch number 10, Practical Move. Scratch the 15, Forte. That was this morning. Scratch the 15, Forte. Scratch number 19, Lord Miles. Scratch the 20, Continue R from today's Derby 149. So we've had a few defections.
We have, and like I said, it's got like a kind of a different feeling around the Derby this year. For me in the Derby, Ed, I kind of alluded to it earlier. I love the gray horses, so I'm 5-3-8 in the Derby. 5-3-8. I'm going to put the 5 Tappet Trice on top here. I kind of knew I wanted to go with this horse all along, but I watched kind of the Derby preview where they walked the horses through the paddock the other day, and I just got to say that horse just walked through calm, cool, collected. He knows he's he knows he's something special, and I think he's going to go out there and prove it to the world today. And then for second, I'm going to go with the 3-2 fills. Gotta love winner of the Jeff Ruby Stakes over at Turfway Park. Gotta love when a horse wins a race, has kind of a local connection for sure. So all the luck to him. And then I love the 8-horse Mage. I'm going to use him for third. I love the story about this horse. I've been following along on social media with his trainer and his connections and everything. So really like him a lot. So 5-3-8 for me in the Derby.
Kentucky Derby for me, I'm going to go 3-2-17. 3-2-17. I'm going to start with 2 fills. That's my top pick in here. I was there for Jeff Ruby Stakes, and when I watched 2 fills make a thundering move down the lane, once he got past the wire, the jockey was kind of easing up, saying, "Okay, boy, let's take it easy." He ducked his head and he wanted more. And I went back and watched it 6 times, the replay. 2 fields really turned it on and really had a lot more after the wire. So that kind of caught my eye here. There's a big Chicago connection between Larry Ravelli and Jareth Loveberry. Impressive race in the Jeff Ruby Stakes. And if you're looking for a Churchill runner, you go back to October 30th of 2022 and wins the Grade 3 Street Sense under Jareth Loveberry over the Churchill Oval. So if you're looking for a runner that really likes it, he does like Churchill Downs. And he's coming off an impressive run, 1 for 2 in the money at Churchill Downs for Larry Ravelli and Jareth Loveberry. And I think the price is going to be reflective of just how much the people are actually betting on this runner. My second choice is Verifying Tyler Gaffalione, winner of the Oaks yesterday for Brad Cox. Always double dangers. Ran a lights-out race in the Bluegrass, lost by a dirty neck. Is a late bloomer, in my opinion, a very late bloomer. And after 2022, they're bringing along very slowly, but that last race out has kind of caught my eye. And then for the end of my try in Derby 149, I go for the Japanese-bred Derma Sotagaki. And Christophe Lamar, probably one of the best riders in the world, is taking them out there. But for me, in Derby 149, Ash, I'm going to go 3-2-17.
And I'm 5-3-8. Well, guys, that's going to end up our handicapping seminar for the day. Thank you so much for joining us. Derby Day 149 is ready to kick off. We know you have lots of options to watch and wager, and we thank you for choosing Belterra Park.
Best of luck.
Thank you.